We need a strong president. I served under many during 20 years in the Navy, and I have a genuine respect for each and every branch of the service, because I, as a sailor, could not do my job unless the gentleman over there in the Army did his, the Air Force, the Coast Guard, the National Guard, and the Marines. On the carrier Nimitz, we had a detachment of 80 Marines. They were wonderful people. As a cook in the Navy, I was assigned to cook a meal for the 82nd Airborne, Fort Bragg, North Carolina, the initial force in the invasion. And it was one of my proudest moments to do that. One of the Army guys, he said, "Why are you doing this?" And I said, "Well, I was ordered to, but I volunteered at the same time." He said, "Why?" He says, "We're Army, you're Navy." I said, "Buddy, what is our common bond?" He thought for a minute, and I gave him the answer: the American flag. It belongs to all of us, not the Army, not the Navy. But many of them, like me, I served in Vietnam in 1970. I came back looking okay. My body looked normal, but deep inside I was hurt. And to this day, I still am hurt, because people blamed us for the war. They're blaming for Iraq right now. And yet we served with honor. We did what we were told. And people just went on. So these people are going through the VA system right now. And the kind of people that you need to run the VA is the kind of people that are running this campaign in Oregon and throughout the United States.
Well, listen, I very much appreciate your service, first of all, and I think everybody here does. So, and if I can just humbly disagree with you a little bit, I think one of the things that we've seen a change in, which is a very positive change, back during the Vietnam era, because people objected to the war, there were a lot of people who treated our veterans in a very shabby way. And I'm very proud of the fact that, I have been out here for 5 years now since this war began, watching the American people, and people who have vigorously opposed this war, I think, have also constantly stated their respect and their reverence for our troops, and that's a positive thing. That's a good thing. I think that's a good thing. So, so people respect you. People respect you, but unfortunately, we also have seen an administration shortchange the VA. That's just a fact. I'm on the Veterans Affairs Committee, and there have been times where the VA secretary comes to us with a budget, and we have to tell him, this is short. This is not enough to deal with all the needs of troops coming home. And they says, no. This is fine. And then halfway into the year, they come back, and they say, we fell short by $1 billion. Because they didn't do proper planning, or they were trying to lowball the actual costs and consequences of this war. So let me just say this. As Commander-in-Chief, my job will be to keep the American people safe. I will do whatever's required to keep the American people safe. But what I also insist on is that keeping the American people safe means training our troops properly, equipping them properly, putting them on proper rotations, using our military wisely, not sending them into wars that don't need to be fought, and making sure that our troops are treated properly when they come home.